Hey everybody, I'm the Ranting Monkey, and with me today is my good friend Irate Bear. Say hello.
Hello, Ranty Monkey. How are you, sir?
Oh, living the dream, bud. How are you?
Yeah, I'm not too bad, not too bad. Uh
For those of you paying,
a bit worried about YouTube at the
yeah,
minute.
yeah. For those of you paying attention, we are actually starting 10 minutes early, and the reason we are doing that is because Susan Wojcicki just dropped a tweet letting us know that YouTube has announced what they're going to do to take care of the whole pedophile problem here on YouTube.
The problem
Uh,
that's been around for well over a year and a half, I might add.
as long as I've been here,
Yeah,
um, going back, I remember the first controversy on YouTube concerning YouTube when I got here was the demonetization, the stealth demonetization. And it started with Repzion, who got a shit ton of emails letting him know that all of his videos had been demonetized.
I remember that.
And starting even back then, this was not the adpocalypse. This was before that.
Mm.
And even back then, one of the first complaints that I heard YouTubers say is, there's all this horrible child porn crap going on and nobody's paying attention to it. And so it's been going on literally as long as I've been on YouTube.
It has. I remember when Paracynical made a video basically alerting all of his subscribers to it, and obviously got a very, very, very large subscriber base. And he sent his fans out to go and hunt them all down and flag a load of it down. They flagged down several hundred videos, I think. Obviously, it didn't end the problem, but it certainly created a dent in the problem.
Yeah. And so what happened, for those of you who didn't know, yesterday, wasn't it, that the story came out about companies like Adidas, Cadbury,
a few big players,
Mars, and they've all pulled their advertising because of not necessarily content that is pornographic towards children, but like the one picture that they showed in the article. It's a little girl in her panties and a little nightshirt rolling around on a bed.
Yeah.
And whether or not that was meant as bad content, for lack of a better word, there are people who are commenting on the video, and like one of the comments said, "I would love to smell those sweet panties."
Basically, loads of pedophiles commenting on these videos.
Yeah, and YouTube has finally decided to take a look at that now that they've dealt with the problem of people saying nigger and calling people cunt, because that's the real problem. You got to take care of that first.
Yeah, yeah. It's the political commentators and the edgy people that are clearly the fucking problem here.
Yes, indeed. So let's look at this real quick. 5 ways we're toughening our approach to protect families on YouTube and YouTube Kids.
You're sharing screen, bruh.
I am not, but if you would, I would appreciate it if you would.
Okay, give us a wee moment, ball.
And guys, I'm throwing the link into the chat if you'd like to read it yourselves.
You'll have to present me, darling.
Yep, I'm.
Where is it? There it is. There it is. Am I presented?
You are presented.
Okay, I'll let you read.
All right, let's see. We're going to skip some of the stuff. We're going to just hit the main points here. Tougher application of our community guidelines and faster enforcement through technology. Oh, God. That sounds like they're going to go to a bot.
I just want to point something out as well, right? All of these videos, when it came to my attention, they weren't named like sweet little 5-year-old bitch rolls around on. It wasn't. The titles were innocuous. They were like all they were just numbers in like a title. It was like a date. There was nothing in the tags. There was nothing in the description. There was nothing to allude to it that it was a kid's video. It was some kind of code.
Yeah. This part says, we have always had strict policies against child endangerment, you fucking liars. And we partner closely with regional authorities and experts to help us enforce these policies and report to law enforcement through NCMEC. In the last couple of weeks, we've expanded our enforcement guidelines around removing content featuring minors that may be endangering a child, even if it was not the uploader's intent. What they're talking about there, guys, is what Bear just talked about. A lot of this stuff is innocuous. There is the coded stuff, like The girl rolling around on the bed, I don't know why you would ever upload that. There's no reason for that.
Yeah,
But
many of those videos that were brought to my attention months and months and months ago were what they were just like little girls or boys in their underwear, just rolling around on beds or running around a bedroom or a living room or something like that.
So we also implemented policies to age restrict, only available to people over 18 and logged in, content with family entertainment characters, but containing mature themes or adult humor. Philly D has done a good video on this.
Hashtag ElsaGate.
Yes, ElsaGate. We had Elsa. You have them dressing up as Marvel characters, and then getting into some pretty adult situations. Spider-Man and Elsa fucking is a pretty big one.
Yeah, they would. You would usually get two women. One would dress as Anna. One would dress as Elsa. Someone would dress up as the Joker. One would dress up as Spider-Man. Now, the majority of these videos were just, you know, some really bad special effects. They'd play some stupid games or whatever, and they weren't really that bad, right? And then the weirder ones started coming out where Spider-Man impregnates Elsa, or where they're slapping each other's bums and they're kind of like mounting each other and grabbing boobs and stuff like that. And these videos are getting hundreds of millions of hits every day. Well, not every day, but you know, they're getting, you know, tons and tons of traffic to them because kids will sit there and watch them over and over and over again.
Well, that's the thing. I mean, they were basically exploiting the algorithm, because anything with Elsa and Spider-Man, massive hits just because those names are in there.
Yeah.
And so kids were watching all kinds of outlandish shit.
Yeah.
Number 2, removing ads from inappropriate videos targeting families. Back in June, we posted an update to our advertiser-friendly guidelines, making it clear that we will remove ads from any content depicting family entertainment characters engaged in violent, offensive, or otherwise inappropriate behavior. Okay, I got to stop right here. We're on the second one. And while they briefly touched on it in the first one, they're not addressing the problem that like Mars, Cadbury, and Adidas, all of these companies had. What they're addressing is what we're talking about here, the Elsa and Spider-Man videos. And while those are creepy and probably inappropriate for children, that's not the problem. The problem is the ones that pedophiles are frequenting. We need to get rid of the pedos. I don't care about people being fucking weird. Just, put them behind an adult wall. That's fine. But this isn't, oh God. Number 3 does finally address it, though.
Blocking inappropriate comments on videos featuring minors.
Yeah, and we've historically used a combination of automated systems and human flagging to remove inappropriate sexual or predatory comments on videos featuring minors. Comments of this nature are abhorrent, and we work with NCMEC to report illegal behavior to law enforcement. Starting this week, we will begin taking an even more aggressive stance by turning off all comments on videos of minors where we see these types of comments.
God damn. Ooh. So basically, if you create a video and you upload it to YouTube and it's like a family vlog and you get inappropriate comments in there, they're just going to straight up shut down the comment section.
Yeah. Wow. Damn. I wonder how they're going to enforce that properly. Because like there are a lot of family-friendly blogs where they show kids and stuff. So if somebody comes on there and just says something horrific, they're going to take away the ability to comment.
My son watches a lot of like Ryan. I always mention Ryan Toy Review because it's the only one I fucking know. And his sister who do all these, you know, just they go out as a family or they play with toys and stuff. My son fucking loves that shit. And although kids, as a general rule, don't really like or dislike or leave comments, there are lots of comments on these videos. And you know what people on the internet are like?
Oh, yeah.
Especially fucking YouTube comments. Jesus Christ. So are they going to get their comment section shut down?
That seems okay. I understand why, but that seems like overkill. It really does.
Well, when I heard about what had happened last night, well, when you know all these advertisers left, and I just thought to myself, YouTube is it's going to take extreme measures. It's going to. They're going to have to. There's no other way. They upload what 500 minutes of content every hour or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
You know how?
Well, but if they can recognize the comments, why not just implement a system that automatically deletes those comments instead of deleting entire comment sections? I mean, I guess comment sections aren't. I don't know whether they need them or not, but again, that seems like overkill to me. But hey, at least they're actually paying attention to the problem finally.
Yeah, but I
Number
think they
4,
will take extreme measures, dude. They will.
Providing guidance for creators who make family-friendly content. We've created a platform for people to view family-friendly content, YouTube Kids. We want to help creators produce quality content for YouTube Kids app, so in the coming weeks, we will release a comprehensive guide on how creators can make enriching family content for the app. But again, if you're going to punish them for what somebody says on their video, that's still kind of.
They've always had like these. What is it called? The Creator School or something like that?
Oh yeah, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah, they teach you how to pretty much do everything on YouTube, and like they even like give you an exam and you finish it off and it's like, yay, well done. So I guess they're gonna create a one specifically for family friendly type of content, I guess.
In chat, how you say it? Sarik? Considering how clumsy the demonetization bot is, I'm guessing a chat moderation bot would be even clumsier. Well, from the sound of it, that's what they're going to be using anyway. They're just going to be they're going to, instead of just going after certain comments, they're going to shut down the entire comment section using that same bot. And I wonder if because it says it's for family friendly, but I wonder how they're going to decide that. Like on my last video, I highlighted Drunken Uncle's video. Yeah. And some of the comments are, as you might imagine, are really, really fucking horrible stuff. It's people making jokes, but if somebody flagged that, would my entire comment section get shut down? I mean, I'm in no way family friendly.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, this is the thing, you see, Monkey. I mean, if you go to your channel right now and then turn on restricted mode, there's bound to be at least a couple of videos that do show up.
Last time I tried it, none of my videos showed up.
When I last did it, one video came up. And I guess it's a possibility that normal YouTubers, I guess, would get hit by this as well, possibly. I mean,
it's possible.
I mean, comment sections is half the fun.
Would you read number 5 for me real quick there?
Yes, mate. Number 5, engaging and learning from experts. While there is some content that clearly doesn't belong on YouTube, there is other content that is more nuanced or challenging to make a clear decision on. For example, today there are many cartoons in mainstream entertainment that are targeted towards adults and feature characters doing things we wouldn't necessarily want children to see. Those may be okay for YouTube.com, or if we require the viewer to be over 18, but not for someone younger. I can't pronounce that word. Similarly, an adult dressed as a popular family character could be questionable content for some audiences, but could also be meant for adults recorded as a comic book convention. To help us better understand how to treat this content, we will be growing the number of experts we work with and doubling the number of trusted flaggers we partner with in this area.
I hate the trusted flaggers. I really do.
I don't really. You can't give too much shit to Ben.
No, he's good. But I don't like the idea of trusted flaggers just because it's too easy for abuse. You know what I mean? But that goes for anything. But anyway, I don't really have a problem with this part. This is what they should have been doing all along. This is what they should have been paying attention to instead of fucking PewDiePie.
Yeah, exactly. Do you want me to read that last bit, mate?
Yeah, I was just real quick. I want to read something in chat there. Zeo Gold says Ranting Monkey's channel is restricted, yet queer kid stuff isn't. What the fuck? Yeah, that's the other problem I have, and we'll get to that here in a minute. Across the board, we have scaled up resources to ensure that thousands of people are working around the clock to monitor, review, and make the right decisions across our ads and content policies. These latest enforcement changes will take shape over the weeks and months ahead as we work to tackle this evolving challenge. We're wholly committed to addressing these issues and will continue to invest the engineering and human resources needed to get it right. As a parent and as a leader in this organization, I'm determined that we do. It's from Joanna Wright, Vice President of Production Management at YouTube. So, yeah, this is long overdue. I think the content or the comment killing is a dumbass idea, but I understand it. It does look like it's mostly addressed towards the kids app, though. Did you notice that they don't talk about YouTube in general, really? It's almost all about the app.
Yeah.
Now onto what Zio was talking about with queer kid stuff not being restricted. That's a problem I have with some of YouTube's content that they allow in the name of being what's the word I'm looking for here? Open-minded, I guess. Yeah, things like queer kid stuff they labeled it as like edutainment, when in fact it's exploiting children, and I do have a big problem with that. I think it's something they need to address, but at this point, I would really hope they go after the child touchers and the pedos first, because that is a much bigger problem that's been going on for a long, long time.
Yeah, I'd like to see a gigantic fucking purge of all this shit from YouTube.
Oh, yeah.
I'm more concerned about what's going to happen to YouTube as a whole here. I mean, how many advertisers have they lost now?
I didn't see a list, or in the article that I read,
it listed about
it mentioned
7 advertisers, didn't it?
Yeah, but it also said at the top of that article that they were leading the charge that a lot of other advertisers had also pulled out. They just didn't name them or give us a number.
Yeah, and we know that before the first adpocalypse, YouTube was barely breaking even.
Right. Yeah.
So now they must be hemorrhaging money.
Well, from what I've heard, they actually have more advertisers now than they used to. I don't know how much money they're making based on what they are compared to what they used to. Because
I was actually sent a really I was sent a really interesting article last night, Monkey, actually, and it pertained to a business owner who was speaking to their SEO expert, that search engine optimization. About their AdWords account, because that's how advertisers work with YouTube for their AdWords account. I'm still presenting, by the way, Monkey, apparently.
Oh, yeah, sorry about that. My daughter's just getting ready to leave, so I'm going to be muting so you don't hear the door. Hang on. Okay, there we go. Sorry about that. Yeah, so you go ahead.
Yeah, this SEO expert was like, you know, how many like keywords are you being found like for at the minute? And apparently the number was 22, but they were paying for many more words than that, keywords, when in fact they were only being found for 22. So that is going to cause another problem in the future.
They have a problem that they need to work on with advertisers.
Yeah, they do.
For me, I mentioned this to you in DM. This is the first time I've actually been pissed off over one of these demonetizations. I haven't enjoyed any of them, but I understand why YouTube did it. You know what I mean? In the current climate, sometimes you have to play the SJW game, and I think you shouldn't. I think they would have been better off telling them to go fuck themselves, because seriously, if you're online, who would you rather advertise with, Google or somebody else, when Google literally controls everything?
Yeah, exactly.
So I've been like, you know what, fuck you guys. But I understand a little bit why they did it, so I wasn't as mad about it. But this one pisses me off because we all saw this coming, and it's not like people have been quiet about it. This is not new. It's been going on for a while. Those Elsa and Spider-Man videos have been out for, God, 8 months, 9 months.
Yeah,
more easily. Longer than that.
Easily.
And these are videos that have millions of views. We're not talking, you know, 100,000, like 4, 5, 9 million views on these fucking things.
Yeah, they hammer it, dude, and they know that kids are attracted to them bright colors, just like a fly to fucking shit. So yeah, they make the thumbnail super bright, the videos are super bright. They're in these like really nice living rooms in people's houses. They dress up, they use these really crappy effects, but they're all bright and flashy, and kids love that shit.
Mm-hmm.
You know,
I'm gonna send Aspie the link.
That's right, mate. I'll send it to him. Boom, he's got it.
Oh, I just sent it to. Oh no, I sent him the wrong link.
It's a good thing I sent him that link then. Yeah, and like some fucking there's this prick, right, who fucking thinks that I faked being bi, right?
Mm-hmm.
And last night he was like, "Oh, you're gonna have to go get a job, mate." I haven't made any ad revenue right on my channel for months on end, right, since fucking March. At the end of the day, right, and I've got to the point where I just don't care anymore, right? Obviously, it's nice to be supported through donations and Patreon and stuff like that. For me, it was much more important about growing as a channel and, you know, retaining my retention and stuff like that. I completely lost my fucking train of thought now. Great. Yeah,
we're gonna say hi to Aspie real quick since he just joined us. Aspie, we started a couple minutes early because the YouTube just released their new guidelines for the issue they're having with ads right now. So me and Bear went over that real fast, and that's what we're in the middle of real quick. Let's pause for a minute and first congratulate you. You just hit what, 200 subs?
Yeah, 200. I know it might not seem like a lot to both you guys, but for me, it's I thought I wasn't expecting to have 2 when I first started on YouTube. So yeah, it was kind of I was happy that I made it to 200 subs.
No, dude, 200 subs is awesome. I remember when I hit it and I literally danced around my living room. So I get it. That's awesome. Congratulations.
When I first started doing this, I think someone said to me that there is only a very, very small percentage of people on YouTube that actually manage to grow past 100 subs. It's like 10% of all creators on YouTube actually make it past 100. So well done.
Yeah, and I think the person that really got where I got my foot in the door with was the white YouTuber. He put one of those one of my videos of me playing the guitar and singing the song "To Make You Feel My Love" by it was written by Bob Dylan, and he put that in one of his videos. And after that, I think I gained like 60 subs when he put that video in my video in his. So I was really happy he did that.
Well, I would say that's cool of him, but I have a policy of not complimenting the white YouTuber on anything.
Yeah, don't do that.
Yeah, don't do it.
I'm still very proud that I've never collaborated with him.
Yeah, don't. He's got collab aids.
So your channel is pretty much mostly just you singing, right? The songs that you do?
I do both. I do commentary and singing. However, there's a lot more singing videos than commentary videos because commentary videos take a lot of time to make. So, but with the music, I can just pick up my guitar and get out my Blue Yeti and add some reverb and compression, and I'm pretty much done.
Yeah, before we started the stream here, I went and watched your cover of Wild Horses, which is one of my favorite songs, and you did an excellent job on that. That was awesome. Really well done.
Thanks. I actually got copyrighted on that video because, frankly, it was they said that it was like some of your stuff. The report said some of the material in this video may be owned by some record company or something. I was just like, it's a cover.
That happens, dude. If you know our friend Igal Matro. Yeah, he's had a couple with his when he actually got claimed about 20 times for the same fucking video.
Yes.
All at once, if I remember rightly, because of his cover of a certain song.
Yeesh. I actually did another. I don't know if this one got copyrighted, but it might have. I did a parody with Free Kekistan Press, and it was the song "Our Trap's Gay." Really, it was it was a parody of Billy Joe's She's Always a Woman to Me, but instead he put some different lyrics to it. Like the first verse goes, she can make certain men question whether they're bi. She confuses your dick cause her gender's a lie. And she only reveals what she wants you to see. She may have the D, but she's always a woman to me. Yeah,
that's awesome.
You should go watch it. It's hilarious.
Is that on their channel or yours?
That's on. I was about to mirror it, but I forgot to do it. But it's on Free Kekistan Press's channel, and it's also on this other guy named Real Raven who actually mixed it all. He's actually a professional sound engineer, so he knew exactly what he was doing. You know, he actually brought me on to one of his streams to talk with him about that, and we were talking, and he's just showing me all this stuff. You know, he's doing compression and all this, and it's all flying over my head because I have no idea what he's talking about, and he's so fast paced that that it's just. But he's brilliant with sound, and he made me really sound incredible. It was really cool.
Yeah, I will definitely have to check that out. You sound incredible anyway. I'm gonna throw that out there. I've seen you on streams before where you've sang, and you sound great to me. If I could sing like that, everything I said on YouTube would be in song form.
Yeah, Gemini actually tells me that if I had half the talent you had, he tells me he'd be slamming so much pussy because I'm not somebody who chases after girls, but Gemini is, so.
Yeah, I'm kind of with him on that. That's with a voice like that, you should be slamming the puss, just saying.
or at least making like Donald Trump and grabbing a few.
Yeah, just grab some and sing.
That is, I know that's old news, but I do not know how that became news. I do not know how Donald Trump saying that became news. It makes no sense in my eyes because.
Well, in the American political system, that's where we see most of our Puritan roots still. You can't have an atheist up there. You can't have a woman chaser up there. You couldn't have a woman run for office who was really slutty either. Not yet. We're getting there. We're getting closer to slutty women in office, which I think is a great thing.
Wait. Yeah, keep going.
Let's say the other big story today, and this is not like big news. Bering got
suspended.
Yeah. Not suspended. He is gone from YouTube.
Yeah, he booted the fuck off Twitter, and no one's got a bigger hard-on than Bronx fucking blogger right now.
Yeah, and I think it was Christy Winters that actually reported him.
Wouldn't surprise me.
They showed the picture of him Bering. They showed the picture of him. Sugar Tits actually posted a picture of the actual notification that Bering got from and it was shown that Christy Winters was actually the one who did it. Christy Winters actually posted it in her tweet that she actually reported him.
Yeah, I saw that, and I can't see what she says normally because she blocked me a long time ago. But yeah, that is so fucked up. You know what? Bering doesn't even use Twitter that often.
Yeah. No, the guy is he's like a hermit. He never gets on his Twitter. He has a Twitter, but he hardly ever. He put he put a cover of me doing the song "Fly Me to the Moon" by Frank Sinatra. I covered it, and he mixed it for me.
Fly me to the moon. Sorry, I couldn't help myself.
Yeah. Fly me to the moon. Let me play among the stars. Yeah, that one. Yeah.
Stop showing off.
I know. I'll stop.
T. Bronert in chat, I want to address what he says here. He says, I love Monkey's video where he was an SJW. It's funny you bring that up because right before the stream, I checked my notifications and had somebody really pissed off about that video. Somebody was really mad about my Thanksgiving video.
Yes, it worked.
Well, the thing is, it's not somebody who's usually like that towards my videos. They usually like what I do. And
yeah.
So getting this comment, it was like, what the hell? The comment says, "You suck for this. Why didn't you just tell the story as Thanksgiving, you decided to shit on people's identities for no reason. Yeah, you expect people to give a shit about your identity as an anti-SJW. Like, what the fuck
we
are
don't
you talking about?
engage in identity politics, darling. Sit the fuck down.
It was a joke.
I don't care about I don't even care about my own identity. Why should I care about yours?
There's only one excuse to use our identity politics in our line of work, and that's to use it as a form of Rule 4, to use their tactics against them.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, true. Rule of Radicals, number 4. Yep. I haven't read that book. I probably should, to get a better idea of how it works on the far left.
Don't read the book. Just go to the Wikipedia page. It lays out the arguments he makes, and that way you don't have to read all that shit.
True.
It's not a bad plan for responding to your opponents. The problem is that it turns you into a giant dick.
It's deceptive. It uses a lot of manipulation and treachery. And treachery in the book Dante's Inferno was actually considered the worst sin one could commit. Ironically,
it's lying is what it is, and I can't stand liars. And I know Sargon's real big on it, and he likes them, but it turns you into a giant, purposeful hypocrite, and I'm not cool with that. The idea of using your opponent's arguments against them, if it fits, sure. It's using their tactics against them where I have a problem. In this case, in the case with Sargon, it really blew up with the reporting of Chrisiosity to Twitter when she ended up with a short ban over it. And
yeah,
I wasn't a fan of that.
Neither was I. And for this very reason, it turns you into what they are, and that's not. There's a difference between ideology and being a cunt, and it just
exactly.
So what else are we going to talk about today, guys?
Aspie, you made me fairly paranoid.
What do you mean? What did I do?
Nobody pursues me the way that you did, right? Unless they have a problem.
Right? Don't worry.
And in the last couple of weeks, I've had quite a large number of people that have had problems with me. So
I have no problem with you. I was just trying to get a stream with you.
Are you sure?
I really have no problems with anybody. Not even that Owen MacDonald guy that I debated with a few months ago on transgenderism. The debate's on my YouTube if you want to see it. It's pretty bad.
Usually when people don't like me is when they try to pester me constantly.
I bet. I just pester people because that's all I know how to do to get people's attention, because I've tried everybody. I've tried to get Crouten T on my channel. He never answered back. I even tried to get the borderline white nationalist Braving Ruin on my channel just to talk with him, but he didn't answer. Edgy Sphinx. He's kind of I watch his videos, and I agree with some of the stuff he says, but other times I'm like, he's a little bit wacko.
Yeah, that's the thing with the alt-right. I mean, again, I agree with a lot of their ideas until the white ethno-state comes into play.
Yep.
Because there's only one way to achieve a white ethno-state, and we all know what that is, right? But they'll never say it, of course.
Yeah. Either all the people of color leave, or or that you kill them off. That's the only two options you got.
Yeah. Oh, speaking of people that have come after me, Ranting Monkey, there is a video that was made about me, and it was also aimed at Hi, I Think I'm Real. And it was with regards to the it's okay to be white thing, but I just did not understand anything that video was supposed to be about.
Who made it?
Some YouTuber. I think she has like 200 subs. The primary dig was at Hi, I Think I'm Real, but she decided to add a Cinema Sins counter to the part of the video where she responded to me and basically counted the buzzwords that I used. And one of them wasn't even a buzzword, by the way. I just want to point that out. I have no idea what the video was about. Shut up, cat!
I'd be interested to see it.
Yeah, I'll have to find it, mate, because I have no idea what it's even about.
I know somebody responded to my video about Buddha.
Oh yeah.
Actually, there's like 3 or 4 videos responding to that. I haven't watched any of them yet. Because frankly, I don't care about the alt-right. I really don't. And people get mad when I say that, but I find them to be irrelevant. And when they start affecting policy, maybe then I'll look at them. But until then, they're just not worth my time.
You know,
I had a couple of response videos to my abortion videos as well.
Oh, I really liked that video. I really did. It's one of those topics, though, that just gets people are way too passionate about it, and I understand why. Because on the one side, you have the people who think it's child murder, and on the other, you have people who think it's if you don't let it happen, then you're oppressing women. So I get the passion behind it, but people take it way too.
There is one other thing as well.
What's
did you see that guy that just came at me on fucking Twitter, like a flurry of tweets? Well, I'm sure if I was in the same room with him, he would have been screaming at me. My response to Trey Melvin Part 2, where I gave advice on how not to get shot by the police. Apparently, I gave legal advice illegally in that video. And this motherfucker was, illegally, right? So he's coming at me with calling me a moron, fucking moron, as if he's cool, right? Kicking off constantly, fucking just ad hom after ad hom, saying that I broke the law, fucking tweeting all these fucking wiki articles. And I'm like, dude, I didn't break the law. Literally, he debunked himself with one of his own articles.
What did he say? What did you say that caused him to go off? What advice did you give him not to get shot?
I basically said that, if you are stopped by the police, you should remember your P's and Q's and no sudden movements, which is a fair piece of advice, in my opinion.
And they always...
when dealing with police, which is, fair enough. They've got a lot of shit to deal with. But this guy was like, "Oh, you broke the law! You broke the law!" Ah!
What was his explanation for breaking the law? Just because you gave advice?
Yeah, apparently because this is apparently legal advice, even though it's not legal advice. Because
for fuck's sake,
legal advice. It's common advice. It's not. Don't make any sense.
That's perfectly legal.
Yeah, exactly. And then the thing is that it's not. It doesn't become a legal issue until there's a crime committed, right? And police stop people all the time, routine searches, that sort of shit. It happens everywhere. It happens here in the UK. He didn't like it that I basically presented it in a way that basically shits on the 4th Amendment, if you get what I mean.
Yeah. Hey, do the police in your country Irate Bear have guns?
Depends where you go, mate.
Where exactly do they have guns? Where do they not?
They will have them in airports. It depends on the threat level. So at the minute, you probably will come across a lot of. You'll have a lot of British Transport Police with MP5s. There'll be many armed police in more high-density areas as well. You'll see them a lot more now than what you would have a year ago, 2 years ago.
Oh dear God, commies whining that I'm not honest about socialism and communism. Let me ask you this, commie. Have you ever seen anybody trying to run out of the United States get shot because they're trying to escape? That's what happens in North Korea.
Well, we just have to dig a very, very shallow ditch and put a couple trees in front of it, and that'll stop everything.
Oh my God, Bear! Did you see that?
What?
Oh Lord!
Did you see the shooting that happened in North Korea?
No.
There was a guy trying to escape, and they shot him dead. And it was.
Oh no! Wait, I did see that. I saw that this morning.
Yeah.
So you see the guy he tried to run away, and they shot him in the back, didn't they?
Yeah. Well, in order to stop that from happening in the future, they dug a ditch and planted trees. So the ditch is what, maybe 20 feet long, and then they planted 2 dead-looking trees there.
2 leaveless, like shrubbery trees in front of it, like it's going to cover up something. And the funny thing is that the ditch runs right up
Apparently,
to...
he's not dead.
Okay, so he's not dead. They just
yeah.
shot him.
They shot him and he got away. But the thing is, the ditch runs right up to a sidewalk next to a building that someone can just walk across.
Yes.
It's so stupid.
So we're learning that the North Koreans are lazy as fuck, or stupid, or both. But in reference to the Trey Melvin video, I just want to get it out of the way. When I make my arguments, I tend to do it from a British perspective. We don't have the Fourth Amendment. I was not aware that you could stand there and say you do not consent to be searched, which I do know now. So
it depends.
Well,
on
actually,
I'm
actually in civil rights.
Aspie, you're roboting.
I know. I am.
Yes, you are.
You. Dang it. Anyway, let me see. Am I still roboting?
Are you good?
Not at present.
All right. I was going to say, since I'm in the Fourth Amendment, that the Fourth Amendment actually protects against unreasonable search and seizures. So you need to get, in order to get a search, you need a probable cause. You need a warrant that is gotten based on probable cause that something illegal may be going on. But there are 11 exceptions to there are 11 exceptions to the rule where you don't have to search somebody with a warrant. One of them is a search that happens right after a police arrest, which is the most important one, to check for like weapons and so on and so forth. And the second one is the plain view doctrine. Anything that is in plain view of the police officers is fair game. There's even, in fact, a court case which made it legal for people to catch people for if people saw marijuana plants in somebody's backyard while they were flying in a plane, that can be used as a probable cause to get somebody to search somebody's house.
Yeah, it's not a matter of just being able to give consent. There has to be an articulable excuse for the police to do something either observable or warranted to search. So the Fourth Amendment protects your private home and everything else against unreasonable searches. And of course, the standard by which something is considered unreasonable, yeah, exactly, air quotes, is often up to the police's discretion, and then thereafter the courts as to whether or not it was a reasonable search. And of course, if they end up arresting you and it's found later that their initial search was done illegally, fruit of the poison tree, you get off.
Yeah, there is a lot of them. There's a lot of different. That's the thing with law. There's a lot of ambiguity, and everybody has a different interpretation based on their own personal ideology on what certain words in law mean. Like probable cause, some people have a very narrow view of probable cause, and some people have a wider view. But the also, I think I was going to mention that giving consent is actually one of the exceptions to the rule of having to have a warrant. If somebody gives consent to being searched, you can search them. You can,
yeah, it's the vampire exception. If you invite them into your home, they can come in. Yeah.
Also, hello, Scribbles.
Oh, hi, Bear. How are you?
I'm not bad, mate. How are you?
It's been a nice, lazy couple of days. I had 4 days off with the Thanksgiving holiday, so I've just been kind of being a lazy bum and also writing and also making videos because I can't not be productive in some fashion.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I was actually going to make a commentary video on him because every time of year I know what exactly to expect when Thanksgiving comes around. It's all the people screaming, you know, Native American genocide and so on and so forth, and I'm just like, ugh. And I found like the perfect video to respond to. They all say that the Thanksgiving was actually the meal that happened after the Mystic Massacre, which is actually not completely true. There's a lot of very complex starting points from the Thanksgiving. A lot of them very roots. There's a lot of complex roots that go into the Thanksgiving dinner. But yes, I think there was a meal right after the Mystic Massacre. But people say that the Mystic Massacre was a black and white thing, that the Europeans just attacked the Pequots without any sort of real reason. Well, actually, there was a lot of complex history between the Pequots and the Native American tribes around and the settlers. So I don't think it's as black and white as an issue as they think.
It's black and light brown.
That's true.
Yeah, I was just thinking, this is the first time me, Scribe, and Bear have been on a stream together since we were on Bear's channel like almost a year ago.
No, wait, Bear, didn't you come on to Monkey's?
We did Lords of the Night.
Yeah, he was on there. Yeah, he was on there for a little bit.
Haven't had an invite since, Scribe.
Well, aren't you asleep when we're doing that most of the time?
It doesn't matter, in my opinion.
Oh, I see how it is. Well, then fine. Would you like to be a guest this week, Bear?
Yay, please.
Okay. Does Tuesday night work for you?
Tuesday. Not Tuesday.
Okay. How about Friday? Next Friday.
Friday's good.
Okay. Tell you what, you'll be my guest next Friday on the Lords of the Night. How's that sound?
Am I going to be okay? Because you know what I'm like. I do derail live streams.
Yeah. Well, unfortunately for you, I'm a dom, so you're under my thumb, bitch.
So am I.
Okay. If you say so. If you say so. Yeah. No. It's yeah. This is a kind of a flashback thing because it's rare that we all three get on here and.
Hey, you guys. Here's something interesting I found out. Branson accused of motorboating singer.
What?
Richard Branson. Richard Branson.
Nice.
Well,
Richard Branson was accused of motorboating a singer.
Yeah, somehow I don't think he's going to lose his job as a result.
No.
I think being a billionaire kind of precludes him from having any real consequences short of just a settlement. So I think he'll be okay.
Yeah, true.
Jesus, motorboating. What singer? Did it say who the singer was?
Let me get into the
God, how old is he now? Is he like 60 something?
He's got to be.
At least.
Does he refer to himself as a male feminist?
Well, Virgin Airlines, it's obviously female centric.
Indeed.
I forgot the name of the singer. It looks at the name. I can't find the name of the singer. It's in the Sun.
Oh well, that makes it legit.
Yeah.
Reading something out of the Sun these days is right up there with reading something out of CNN.
Antonia Janae.
Antonia Janae. Never heard of her.
She sounds exotic.
Yeah. Is
that a code word?
Yeah.
A code word for motorboating.
Exotic? What?
Motorboating.
No. The code word for motorboating is sea-doo.
Oh, I see.
Oh.
That's what you did there.
Yeah. It was pretty funny. Also, the Russians created a missile that can fly at 6,000 miles per hour. So
6,000 miles per hour.
Yeah, multiple supersonic. Think about the speed of sound.
Hypersonic. They already invented this technology years ago. They invented a fucking dual nuclear missile that could travel at 8 times the speed of sound. It was called ASX-21, the idea being that in flight, it would split off into 2 and strike 2 different targets. They scrapped it because it was too big. And they couldn't even fire it from the Russian Bear aircraft either. It was that massive.
Wow. So, man, Trump has actually threatened to start an arms race because of how big it's all got. Because Russia's starting to create more weapons and stuff in America. I guess they've gone a little bit off the military bandwagon.
I'm so glad that the Russians are ascending again because, God damn it, James Bond needs some cool bad guys again.
Yeah, indeed. Yeah,
I want to go back to Bering for just a second because this tweet just came through to me. So they banned Bering from Twitter, but let people like Kate Morgan here not only keep their accounts, but they verify them as well. Kate Morgan is the one who says, "Be well advised, world. If you have a penis, you probably deserve murdering." And that's one of the nicer things she actually said if you read through her Twitter.
Wow.
Here's the thing, guys.
She said
the reason Bering got banned is not just for what he said, it's because somebody reported him. I don't mean to defend Twitter here, but a whole lot of shit gets said on Twitter that people like me make fun of, but I don't report. I don't think Bering should have been banned. That's not what I'm saying here. But if you think something like that is wrong, then the way to get rid of it would be to report it, which I do not support. If you don't like what they say, I say block them. But
what did Bering say? I've missed the details on this. I know he was banned. Did we know what it was that set this off?
Nope, he didn't get a. You don't get it's not like when you get your short bans, which I've had, and they actually show you the tweet that was bad.
Right.
They just shut it down.
Okay. Is it a permanent ban or is it temporary? Have they told him?
He's gone.
Oh, he's gone.
He's gone.
Oh, okay. So he just opens up another Twitter account. Ta-da.
Yeah.
Okay. Well,
he'd be right back to where he was, but he wants to know, if you watched his video, he wants to know why. That's his
Sure.
big question.
Well, they're not going to tell him. Yeah.
But that's at least show him the tweet that caused it. I think that's fair enough. You don't.
Sure, they should, but they won't. Yeah.
They never tell. But see, they do it for the other ones. That's why I don't understand why they don't do it for the permanent ban. That's how I know.
Knowing Twitter, he probably didn't do anything. It was probably just reported over and over again by Fisty.
Yeah, because she's boasting that she did it. She's showing where she got an email back saying that, or a message back saying that they looked into it and found that yes, he was in violation. Like, go fuck yourself.
What is her problem with Bearing? What is her problem with
She's
Bearing?
in love. She's in love. You know, he's with Sugar Tits. They're very happy together. Christy's jealous. Wants his babies. Wants bear cubs. You know, so.
Well, he makes fun of her and has made fun of her in the past, and then that becomes a reason to become mortal enemies and ruin somebody's life in real life because you got your feelings hurt.
Yeah, the one thing that's
roboting again.
Roboting.
Because really, again.
Yeah, you might try turning down your bandwidth. You might lose the webcam, but you might avoid the clogging up.
Yeah. How do I do that?
You go up on the control panel, and right at the top where you'd like mute yourself, there's a little bar that says adjust bandwidth usage. You just turn it down a couple notches.
I'll turn it down to like
it looks like the power bar for your medium,
or just go all the way down to the bottom if you don't care about. I think going down to the bottom turns off your webcam by default, but whatever.
Yep.
All right.
Yeah,
it's not low now.
Back on when you're at that.
All right. We'll see what we'll see what happens.
Anyway.
Yeah.
So, Bear, who else have you pissed off lately?
Just those people. I mean, I've got that shitbag Poffit biting at my fucking ankles almost every day these days.
Who is that guy? He blocked me apparently a long time ago. I have no idea who the fuck he is, but I keep seeing him.
He's a fucking nightmare. He's I don't even know how to describe him, to be honest. He's been on Tonka's Kumite. He's been wrecked several times. He's a fucking moron that doesn't know anything about anything. Constantly fucking tweets at me. It's really annoying. The best way to get underneath his skin is to call him an alcoholic, apparently.
Okay.
Yeah, apparently he takes massive offense to that, apparently. So
he's not a mayor down in Florida, is he?
Oh, God. This story. Oh, shit. So, 2 nights ago on Lords of the Night, we're reading the news sent to us by our viewers. And this one story turned into, like, a dramatic reading of absolute insanity. A mayor down in Florida. And I can't do it justice. If I could find the article, I'd read it again. But anyway, a mayor down in Florida came to a city council meeting drunk off her ass. She doesn't say she was drunk, but she was drunk. And she starts mouthing off and getting sick there right in the middle of the courtroom, or the council room. And she starts insulting other council members and calling them names and insulting their drug addictions and other things.
Isn't that just called Parliament?
Well, yeah. So they call her husband to come down and pick her up, but he shows up and he starts bitching out one of the city council members as well, telling him, "You're only going to be in this job till February. Your time's limited," and everything. And it's the script, like it was all recorded. There's a video of it, and somebody transcribed bits and pieces of it. And I was reading it live. Well, I mean, live on the show, and I just started bursting out laughing because the things that were being said between adults, people in positions of authority in the city, were just amazing. It was high school level bullshit. It was so hilarious.
It could have been a Twitter argument.
It really could have been.
Because the one person accused her of being drunk, and I'm not drunk, but you're a drug addict. Like, what the fuck? I actually like watching British, and I've told Bear this before. I enjoy watching like Parliament because they actually get a little personal at times. Where
they do. Yeah.
Here in the States, I mean, if you watch Congress, it's like the distinguished gentleman from Arkansas.
Yeah.
I'm not going to call him a fucker, but he's a fucker. They don't. They're not honest about it. Where you watch Parliament, it's like, holy fuck, they don't like each other.
Yeah.
They get their honest.
Will the right honourable gentleman please explain why he's a massive cunt?
Yes.
It doesn't get that bad, but there has been serious mudslinging there before. where the Speaker of the House is like, no, not having this. If you say that one more time, you're out. And he has kicked people out of the chamber before.
Yeah, I gotta tell you, I wish we had that part of the parliamentary system in America. Just get like Donald Trump up there in the front. Just have all the Democratic send all the Democrats, screaming at him the whole time. It'd be fun to watch him yell back what he would yell back at him.
Well, there was this one thing early on in Obama's presidency. I forget what it was. He went to a Republican conference or something like that. Shortly after the Tea Party had their big wins, after he started out. And he stood up there on a stage and without teleprompters, without any cover or anything, he took questions directly from them. And I tell you what, he wiped the floor with all those guys. If I can find the video, I'll put it out there sometime, because it really is amazing, because it's something, as I was watching, I was thinking, this should be part of our process. This should be like, I mean, there's question time, in Parliament and things like that. This should be part of the process. We should be able to have the opposition, or even not even the opposition, just representatives in general, have an opportunity to just point blank question the president on stuff and put his feet to the fire.
It's a bit more it's a better way to have representation. I mean, every Wednesday we have Prime Minister's questions. The Prime Minister takes 6 questions from the Leader of the Opposition, and then she takes questions from all over Parliament, not just from the opposition, but from all the parties, including her own.
Yeah, the closest we get to anything like that is presidential press conferences, and those are all a bunch of bullshit anyway. And I understand that if you put politicians snapping questions at other politicians, you'll probably get the same difference. But at least, like you say, it would be representative of the people and not of the media. And when that happens,
that'd be true.
Yeah. The questions usually come from members of members of Parliament's constituencies. Usually, well, the biggest issue. They often talk about very personal stuff that's happening in their own area, which is, I think, is important, to be honest.
Yeah, but I also got to tell you, the other thing about English politics and so on and so forth is that in America, we only have 2 political parties because of the winner-take-all system with the states. But in like England and stuff, they don't have a winner-take-all system.
Our system isn't much better than yours, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Post system is the thing is with our the way our system works, it's not representative. So basically, you first past the post means win by constituency. So even if your little fringe party receives 4 million votes across the entirety of the UK, you can end up with no seats or 1 seat if you don't receive enough votes in one constituency. You have to win by constituency to get a member of Parliament in the House of Commons. You look at UKIP during the 2015 election; they received 4 million votes. They received more votes than the SNP, Plaid Cymru, and the Green Party combined, and they only got 1 MP into the House of Commons.
Well, that's fucked up.
Yeah.
It's not quite right. So I think we need a top-down change of how we do things as well.
Yeah, good luck on that happening anytime soon.
Yeah, it's not going to happen.
Yeah.
I mean, I do think many things in the Constitution are rather are really brilliant. Actually, the part. Of course, I do. The Bill of Rights actually wasn't supposed to be in the Constitution. It was only put in there because of the Anti-Federalists.
Well, the Bill of Rights, what the worry was with the Bill of Rights is that if you enumerated the rights, then the government could always come back and go, well, see, you don't have those rights. It's not written down.
Right.
And
yeah, it was basically a safeguard.
A huge argument over it. And it won because the 10th Amendment, 9th and 10th Amendments are the reason the Bill of Rights exists, because they made sure to put in there, the rights not enumerated don't belong to the government. So,
right.
It was originally only a protection against the overpower of the federal government, but states were not subject to the Bill of Rights because, well, their state constitutions were mirrored so closely to the American Constitution, they saw it as unnecessary. So it was only a safeguard against the federal government, but it wasn't until the 14th Amendment after the Civil War that that selective incorporation started to take hold, and certain aspects of the Bill of Rights were applied to the states. Although not all of them now. I think the most recent one was Heller, and that one was the Second Amendment.
Yeah, let's just be honest. The Bill of Rights are basically the Hadith to the Constitution's Quran.
Hey, come on.
Guys, I got to split. I got to go have some lunch and everything. I just wanted to stop in and harass you guys for a minute, but thanks for having me on, Monkey.
Yep, I'll see you tonight.
Yep,
See you later, Scribbles.
Hi there,
Yeah.
and bye to you, Hunter.
All right, but incredible Aspie.
Oh, sorry. I just see Hunter on the screen.
It's fine. It's fine. It's fine.
Reflex.
I don't know. I do not know how to use my YouTube account to go on other people's streams. I didn't figure that out. Every time I try it, it doesn't work.
Okay. Well, anyway, take care.
All right. Bye, Script.
Cheerio.
Cheerio. And my mom actually is a flight attendant, and she actually flies to England sometimes. She always brings back like hot cross buns, beignets, and so on and so forth. It's rather delicious.
You're making me hungry now.
Beignets, these like.
Oh, Monkey, a hot cross bun is delicious. You put it in the microwave for like 30 seconds. You put some butter on it. It's gorgeous. I'll send you a picture. It has like raisins and stuff in it. It's like a bit of. I'll have to show you. Hot cross buns.
Hot cross buns, 1 a penny, 2 a penny. Hot cross buns. I know the song.
Monkey, if you look at my shared screen, that is a hot cross bun.
I think if my tongue had a penis, it'd be erect right now.
Monkey, can you see that?
I see that. Everybody sees it. I presented you so I can see it.
It looks good. It looks really good.
You cut them in half, and then you heat them up, and then you put some butter on them, and they're delicious. They're very sweet. The brown bit is like glazed over, and it's usually quite sweet and very tasty.
I bet.
Yes. Goes well with a glass of milk.
I've always heard like... I am? How? I turned my bandwidth way down.
There you go. You're right now.
I guess it's doing that right now. Last night when I was talking on my stream and Gemini was on here, every now and then it would just pause for a few seconds and then it'd be fine again.
It happens. It happens. Google Hangouts isn't the best thing to use when streaming, to be honest.
It really is. I mean, Skype is better because it's more it's not as glitchy, I don't think.
Yeah.
Yeah. But anyway, the English. How do you have any I know the England is overall farther to the left than Americans, but I believe your concept of right wing and left wing is a little bit different than American, huh?
Yeah, it is. I mean, I say this all the time, and I hate to use the no true Scotsman fallacy here, but our Conservative Party aren't conservatives. Well, there are. Some of them are what we would call true conservatives, like American level Republican conservative, but they're generally rather left leaning, I'd say, in some cases. They don't give a shit about conservative values. They don't care about social conservative values. That's why I think a lot of people are ready for a change with them.
Isn't UKIP
That's why a lot of people are really excited about Jacob Rees-Mogg, because he's old school conservative. You know, he's pro-life no matter what. He's a Catholic, free marketeer, all that sort of stuff. Anti-EU. You know, all the goody parts of being a conservative.
Yeah, the good limited government. Yeah, maybe I think.
Yeah, small government. And yes, Jacob, I am a conservative. I'm not a part of the Conservative Party. But I am a conservative. I've become more and more right-leaning, much more of a nationalist now than I was when I first started doing this.
As you get older, yeah, that's true. It happens.
Yeah. You asked about UKIP.
I was going to ask if I heard that UKIP was actually economically libertarian. I read that in like Wikipedia, so I don't know if it's accurate.
I don't know about them anymore. They recently had a leadership election, and they recently hired a former Liberal Democrat. Now, Liberal Democrats are very different to your Liberal Democrats because they are a very, very small party here in the UK. They're not the main opposition, the left-leaning opposition. The main left-leaning opposition is the Labour Party.
The Labour Party is wacko.
Yes, it's batshit crazy, and they're backed by a Momentum at the minute, which isn't good either. Batshit crazy fucking commies.
Corbyn.
At the minute, in terms of UKIP, I have no idea. I have no idea what their politics are anymore. I don't care anymore. So they're dead to me as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, I remember Sargon of Akkad made a video saying that the conservatives are your enemy. He was talking. I thought he was talking about old conservatives, but he was just talking about the conservatives in your country who are privatizing the NHS hospitals. Which while I do believe in a free market system of healthcare, I do not I do not think that it's smart to take a government what we call a bureaucratic institution and give it over to a private person, because that's kind of in a way cronyism if you think about it.
Yeah, our conservatives are crony capitalists, if you like. Very much so. The problem is with us, we only have one real competitor in terms of private healthcare here in the UK. That's Bupa, and they pretty much hold the monopoly on healthcare. Other than the NHS, and to just sell parts of it off to one company, that's not good for people. So people don't really have much of a choice when it comes to that kind of thing.
Yeah,
real
that's
quick.
true. Do you keep going,
Sorry,
ranting monkey?
I don't mean to interrupt, but Dax just sent me the link to the article Scribe was talking about with the mayor who was freaking out. I just posted it in chat for anybody who wants to read that.
Where is it? I don't see it.
It's in the stream chat, the actual chat for the people who are watching.
The stream chat. Let me just get there. You got a cat, Irate Bear, or
Yeah, I have 3 of the little fuckers.
Our cat just died.
Oh,
That was a rough day. I ain't gonna lie. I'm a cat person and always have been since I was very little. My first pet was a tiny little tabby named Bandit.
no.
She had a brother named Smokey.
I love it.
Yeah, she was such a
that's
sweetie.
cute.
I've always been a cat person.
I like it when you get really obese cats.
Oh yeah,
Because they can't run away from you then. Come here, love me.
This cat was huge, but the cat we had before him, my cat, I got him as a little kitten, and I actually brought him home. My wife had sent me to the store. I can't remember what I went for, but I told her when I got home, I said, I got 2 things that weren't on the list. One of them was a DVD. I don't remember what movie it was. And then I pulled out this little ball of fur, and my wife's reaction was, what the fuck is that? he was a Maine Coon. If you know what those are, they are
The big fucking
huge, fluffy cats, and they act like dogs. They're not the stuck-up cat. They want your attention constantly. And he would like sit next to me. If I wasn't petting him, he'd tap me on the arm until I did.
Yeah,
he would let me lay with him like a little teddy bear. And he got so fat, he actually got diabetes, and we used to have to give him shots for it.
Oh my god!
I can't imagine what it's like to give an animal. It's hard to give a human shots a lot of the time. I can't imagine an animal.
There is
actually
a cat near me, monkey. Sorry to interrupt you. I just need to tell you about this really fat ginger cat that lives just across the road from me. Right, it's so fat. Like normal cats, right? Whenever if you see them on like on a pathway in front of houses, you walk towards them. They generally run away, don't they? They're a bit cautious of you when they watch you from a distance. This one, however, looks at you. It turns around, it looks back, and then it just sits there and looks at you, and you can hear it breathing. That's how fat it is. And if it thinks you're like going to be walking over it, what it does is it looks at the wall in front of its house. It looks at it and it thinks about jumping up, and it's only like a foot high. And then you see this big fucking cat jump up and then give up when it gets on the wall. You can hear it breathing, man.
That's not healthy.
No, it's not healthy.
Yeah. But it's that does sound pretty hilarious. I actually am I actually had a cat named Tim when I was a young kid, but it got ran out. But it ran out and over it, and it lived. It survived, but it died during surgery.
Oh,
yeah. We had a dog just a few years ago named an English pointer named Tater. And this it lived to be 15 years old.
That's a good age.
Yeah, he was. They had to put him down because he had horrible arthritis. When we came home, it was whining. It was in pain due to arthritis. It was very cold this time of year. It was in December, so it was laying out So this dog was actually laying out, just trying to get any sun, trying to get any heat it could. And my mom's like, we gotta put this dog down. It's miserable. So yeah, we did. But it lived to be 15 years old. Keep going.
Sorry. A couple people in chat have mentioned about diabetic cats and get them shots. It is really easy to give a cat a shot because of the scruff of their neck. They don't have a lot of feeling there. They don't even notice it. Really easy to do.
It's basically just, what are you doing right there? What are you? Yeah,
my cat didn't even notice. He just sat there and like, okay, whatever we're doing.
Well, can you send me a picture of your Maine Coon?
What's that?
Can you send me a picture of your Maine Coon?
Yeah, I will.
Yeah.
But I do need to wrap this up because there's things I need to do. I have another stream here at 6 o'clock over on Satsu's channel. For those of you who know Satsu,
I'm going to be there.
Him and Squishy are celebrating their anniversary. Their anniversary is tomorrow, but they're doing a live stream tonight. So join us on Satsu's channel at 6 p.m. Eastern time. And of course, Lords of the Night at 9 p.m. We're going to be on Some Dumb Americans channel. Irate Bear, Aspie, thank you both so much for joining me.
No problem,
and
mate.
Guys.
All right, thanks.
Your life makes me sad. We'll see you next time.
All right, bye.